What have God taught you about raising me?
That I'm inadequate.
Adequate?
I'm inadequate. Like, bro,
Really?
I don't have a clue of what I'm doing. That's what he's taught me. He's taught me that I don't know what I'm doing. I think the hardest part about being a dad is not having a handbook on how to be a dad. Nobody gives you instructions on how to be a father or how to be a dad. You learn by trial and error, and a lot more error than trial. So yeah, it's hard being a father. I think, but when you see the smiles and you see the laughter, it makes it all worthwhile. But being a dad is tough. If you say something, do what you say you're gonna do. Integrity is everything, right? Man has to stand on his word and do what he said he's gonna do, because God honors that.
Mhm.
I am super excited today because today is father and son takeover. And I'm here with my son today. So let's jump right in.
So what's up, y'all? I've been waiting a long time to interview my dad. I can't wait.
Let's
So
go.
let's get into it. What makes somebody a good dad?
Someone who is patient and takes the time to teach, especially when you have a son like I do who's constantly asking you questions: why, what, when, who, and how. You have to be patient in order to answer those questions and willing to teach and watch them grow. I think being a good dad takes a lot of love, a lot of care, and really it takes God leading you to be a good dad. I think you can't be a good dad without God showing you and giving you directions on how to say and what to say, because if not, I think we'll all blow it. So I think a good dad is led by God.
What's the hardest part about being a dad?
Keeping you alive. The- when,
What?
when you're first born, the hardest part about being a dad is not, squeezing you too tight or loving you too much. I think the hardest part about being a dad is not having a handbook on how to be a dad. Nobody gives you instructions on how to be a father or how to be a dad. You learn by trial and error, and a lot more error than trial. So yeah, it's hard being a father. I think, but when you see the smiles and you see the laughter, it makes it all worthwhile. But being a dad is tough, and there's no handbook on it, so you just kind of playing it by ear a lot of the time, hoping for the best.
What was your first thought when you found out you was having me?
Wow, first thought when I found out we was having a child, I was first of all I was excited, like, man, I'm gonna be a dad, right? Super, super, super excited. And then I think panic set in, like, oh, I'm gonna be a dad, right? Like, what, what do we do? Like, how do we make this work? So, excitement, panic, all at the same time. Yeah. But then I was super excited when I found out it was a boy. Yeah, my man, let's go.
What was that like as a baby?
What were you like as a baby? You were all over. Listen, so so you were so much fun as a baby. First of all, when you popped out, you was like a baby T Rex, like big old hands and stuff, and you were always with me, always. And anytime I left and couldn't take you, you had a fit. I mean, an absolute fit. You run to the door, scream, yell, "Dad!" Like it was the end of the world, and I loved it. It made your mom upset, but I loved it, and we were always together. And you gravitated to sports. You know, I don't know if it's because I like sports so much and you were just with me or just in you or a combination of the two, but you gravitated to sports and you always had a ball like you got right now. And you always wanted to play ball, catch, shoot, bounce, dribble, manly stuff, always wanted to be outside and playing. You were just ready for anything. As long as you and I were together, you were down for it. That's how you were as a kid.
What was I shooting on and stuff on?
You had a little Fisher Price court. Your very first basketball court was a little plastic Fisher Price court. And I'd come home from work and you and I would just shoot jumpers and you would dunk. Matter of fact, you even had a small little court even before the Fisher Price court that was on the floor that you would like crawl up to and knock over. We called you Baby Shack, and you would knock it over. That's what you would shoot on.
Fast break. Pizza taco.
Pizza. Root beer or cherry Coke, pick one.
My mouth is gonna say eat cherry coke, but in my heart it's both. In my heart, it is both.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that.
What have God taught you about raising me?
That I'm inadequate.
You're
Like
inadequate?
I'm inadequate. Like, bro,
Really?
I don't have a clue of what I'm doing. That's what he's taught me. He's taught me that I don't know what I'm doing, and that I'm. It's
So,
true. It's true. I have no idea.
out of these 8 years of raising me, you have no
Listen, I
idea.
have no idea what I'm.
With a 3-year-old child, you still don't know.
Listen, even with your sister, I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's a good thing. I'm totally dependent on God to be a father, to be a husband, to be everything. And that's what he's taught me. I'm totally dependent. I'm inadequate to do it. I don't have the ability to do it unless he helps me. That's what he's taught me.
How has that helped you with raising me?
Man, it's helped. It's helped because I lean on him. When things happen, or I gotta discipline you, right? Or I gotta make corrections and
Which I
lead
don't
you,
like.
which you don't like. Nobody likes being like, right? He helps me to say, okay, Casey, this is how I want you to talk to him, or this is what I want you to say, right? Or in those moments, he doesn't need so much uh, strong discipline as he does understanding, right? There are times where you do things not because you want to be bad or malicious, it's because you don't understand. And so God helps me in those moments to say, listen, this is a moment for you to teach your son so that the next time he'll do better. Because I always tell you, I can't hold you accountable for things that you don't know or that you don't understand. So he helps me to teach you so that the next time I can say, Casey, what I tell you about that? Right? And you can say, oh, yeah, you said this, this, and this. And then the third time, or, there's discipline or whatever because you know. So that's how God helps me. He gives me what to do and how to do.
What's something you want me to remember when I get older?
Woo! I want you to remember that God is your everything. That you need God in order to do anything in life. If I teach you nothing else, I want you to remember that God is everything. You can do nothing, you will be nothing without God. I want you to remember that, right? I also remember that a man stands on his word. I tell you that all the time, right? If you say something, do what you say you're going to do. Integrity is everything, right? A man has to stand on his word and do what he said he's going to do because God honors that. So I want you to remember that you can do all things
Through
through
Christ.
Christ. That's say
Who
it.
strengthens me.
How's it go?
I could do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
That's right. That's right. And be a man of integrity. If you say you're going to do it, do it. What do I say all the time? You ask me a question. You'll say, Dad, can we go play basketball? What's my answer?
Yes.
Well, yes. A lot of times my answer is yes. But what do I also say?
I can't promise you this, but it may be.
We'll see. Right? Because I never want to tell you yes and I can't do something. So I'll say, we'll see, or maybe, because integrity is important. And another thing, what I teach you about basketball, self-control is what?
Is comment.
Self-control is important. Self-control is important. You can't do anything when you're really emotional because you can't think, right? And basketball is a what?
Thinking man's game.
Basketball is a thinking man's game. And when you get frustrated, what happens when you get frustrated on the court?
I just go into a fog and I just get frustrated about everything I do.
That's right. You go into a fog. And if you're in a fog, you can't see, right? So you got to remain under control. Self-control is important so that you can navigate and you can hear God's voice clearly, right? It all goes back to God. If you're frustrated, if you're angry, you can't hear him talk to you and tell you and lead you. You can't see. the path that he's taking you on. So it's important.
All right, fast break.
All right, let's go. Fast break.
If David played a sport, what would it be?
Lacrosse. You know why?
Why?
Because he could sling a slingshot. And if David could sling a slingshot, he could definitely play lacrosse. Because it's like, whoosh. That's what I think about when I
Yeah,
see
but
him
I
sling
say
it.
baseball because he could swing that bat hard and hit the home runs all day long.
Yeah, because he was able to take the big sword and cut Goliath's head off,
Yeah,
right?
and he could swing that little
Yeah, the
yeah.
slingshot. Oh, that's good. If he was able to sling the slingshot, then he could definitely hit a baseball. So lacrosse and baseball. Okay, let's go. Let me ask you a question. You asked me what is something that I hope you remember when you get older. What is something that sticks with you that I've taught you so far? Has anything stuck out that sticks with you?
That you're a man of your word.
That I'm a man of my word. Like, tell me, why does that stick with you? Why is that important?
To me, it's important because I want to always like eat. It's like eat when if I say something, I'm gonna actually do it, not to let somebody down because somebody had different emotions and stuff as me, different than me, and so I want to always like be truthful with them.
Yeah, it's important to people can count on you, right? If you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, it could really hurt somebody or make somebody upset, or sad, especially if you say like, "Oh, I'm gonna come to your birthday party," and then they're looking for you and you don't show up. Another question for you: what's something that I've taught you that you would definitely teach your son?
Be a man of your word.
That's really important, huh?
Yeah.
Why is that so important to you?
Same reason.
Yeah, you just want your son to know that you got to be a man of your word. That's important.
Especially when it comes down to something like you really like when it comes down to something with the pastor or something like that. Or the government or something like that. You
Yeah,
really need to be a man of your word
right. You need to be a man of your
or a
word.
woman of your word.
Got it. Yeah, the person of your word. Right. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. I love it. I love it.
Hey, y'all, real quick, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the Father and Son Takeover and to all of the fathers out there, the good fathers. Thank you for supporting, encouraging, and teaching your children. We really appreciate you all. And don't forget, be armed with your testimony. Follow and subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye bye.